ए दिल चोर कन्हैया के निकले हो माखन चोरी की तबे सबको पता चला जय हो
So Manjavali devi dasi with Savaria song.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Вся слава Шриле Прабхупаде. Вся слава
All
Гурудеву.
glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Gurudev.
Я родилась в Таджикистане
I was born
при Советском
in
Союзе.
Tajikistan
В интернациональной
during the time
семье.
of USSR,
У меня
in the
отец
international
был
family.
мусульманином, читал намаз.
My father was a Muslim, he was chanting namaz. My mom
Христианка.
was
Я
from
закончила
Russia,
институт
she is a
искусств.
Christian.
По профессии я учитель пения.
I graduated Institute of Arts.
И после
My
учебы
occupation is a
я
music
очень
teacher. After my studies, I was
работала
for a very long
в
time,
госконцерте, ездила по
working
гастролям.
at the state art band. We were traveling around the
Очень
country
сильно
performing.
уставала, и, честно говоря, не
I was
хватало времени.
Very tired. Didn't have much time, to be honest.
Однажды, это было уже в
One time,
1990 году,
it
я
was
встретила
1990.
по дороге
I
шли
met
преданные, такие счастливые, такие
on the
радостные,
road.
несмотря
I met
на то,
devotees. They
что
were so happy,
у
so
них
joyful,
за плечами
despite the fact
были
that
рюкзаки такие тяжелые.
they, behind their
реально
shoulders,
видела,
they were
какие они
carrying
тяжелые,
such
такие
heavy
огромные.
backpacks.
Но они
I saw
все
that big
улыбающиеся,
backpacks,
счастливые,
very heavy, but they were smiling, so
предлагали
happy,
книги. Меня это
offering
заинтересовало.
books.
И,
I became very interested,
конечно, я взяла книгу
and of course I took
смотреть.
a book in my
Помню,
hand
даже я толком,
to take a look
может, и
at the
не
book.
листала.
I remember
Может,
I didn't
сама
even
вот
maybe
это вот
open,
их
didn't go
внешний
through the
вид,
pages,
вот
but
эта их энергия, она
the
как-то
external appearance, their energy,
дала мне какое-то
it gave me
желание
some
купить эти книги.
desire
Я
to
тогда приобрела
purchase
«Лето
the books.
путешествий» и «Бхагавад-гиту».
I purchased
Они мне дали
Easy
адрес,
Journey to Other Planets and Bhagavad Gita. They gave me the
это
address
было
of the
в
temple.
частном доме. Это частный дом,
It was in a
адрес храма, пригласили
private
на воскресную программу.
apartment, the address of the temple, and they invited me
Честно
for the
говоря,
Sunday
когда
program.
я в этот же
And to be
вечер
honest,
начала читать книги,
When
вот сначала
that
«Легкое
evening, the same
путешествие»,
evening, I started reading the book.
и потом
First I read
«Бхагавад-гиту», у меня
Easy Journey to
как
Other
бомба
Planets, then
в
Bhagavad
голове.
Gita.
Всё
It was like a
сознание,
bomb in my hand,
можно сказать, взорвалась. Всё моё
mind-blowing
представление
in my
о
head.
жизни, оно
Everything
как-то
exploded. My
потеряло какой-то
perspective
смысл.
on life,
И очень много возникло сразу вопросов,
my previous
Потому что
prejudices and stereotypes
эти
lost their
вопросы,
value because
которые
These
меня
questions,
уже, можно сказать,
which I already
когда еще
we could
училась
say,
в школе, возникало.
even when I was
Когда
studying
мне
at
папа или
school,
мама давали
I
Библию
had
или
such
Коран
questions
читать,
when my
они
father, my
возникали.
mother, they
Но я
gave
потом
me
уже
Bible,
немножко
they gave me Quran.
как-то,
I had questions,
когда
and
вот
after that, I
живешь
was,
и учеба там,
as you
оно отнимает очень много
go on
времени,
living,
тем
you have
более
studies,
молодые были,
then it takes a lot of
и
time,
как-то не
especially we're
думаешь уже
young, and we
конкретно
didn't
о цели.
think about the
А думаешь,
actual
вот как бы сейчас
goal.
все это
You
время
think how to
распланировать, чтобы
now
как-то
plan
хватило на
everything
то,
to
на это.
have enough
И
time
когда
for
я,
this, for
прочитав
that.
книги, я вспомнила все вопросы, которые у меня
And
возникали при
when I
чтении
read these
священных
books,
книг,
I
которые мне
remembered
родители давали.
all the
И
questions
все
that I've had
представление
when
о
I
той
read
жизни,
those
которое шло у меня в
spiritual
то время
books
в
that my
настоящем,
parents
оно
gave
как-то
me,
рухнуло.
and the perspective,
И я
the
даже не
understanding of
дождавшись
life at that
воскресного
time
дня,
was destroyed.
я помню,
And even before that Sunday program, I
пошла
remember
по адресу,
I went
и даже было сомнение,
I
думаю,
went
сегодня вроде
to
не
that
воскресный, а
address,
вдруг там никого
even
нет,
though I had some
вдруг
doubts.
меня никто
Today
не
there's no
встретит,
Sunday
или
program, maybe
как-то
nobody
я
will be there, maybe
пригласить
nobody
некого.
will meet me,
Но
maybe there will be a
было мое удивление еще
closed
больше, когда
door.
я пришла,
But
и дверь вообще
to my
открыта, и
surprise, when I came,
я
the
даже не
door was
стучалась,
open.
потому что дверь открыта,
I didn't
заходите.
even knock because the door is open, please come.
И я уже как бы занималась
And
служением в храме,
I
распространяла пирожные,
was already
сама
doing service in the
утром
temple. I was
готовила, а
distributing
после обеда уже ходила,
cakes. In the morning I was
распространяла.
cooking, and then afternoon I
И
was going and
удивительно
distributing.
было то,
And
что
the most amazing
так как я
thing
до этого
was
пела, для
because
меня это
before I
было
was
как бы
singing, for me it was
такое, как бы работа,
well, it
которая
was
мечта всей моей
job
жизни,
that
петь на
is
сцене. И
the
тут я
dream of my
распространяю
entire
пирожные,
life
а
to
так как
sing
меня
on the
уже
stage, and now I'm distributing
многие
cakes,
как
and
бы
because
узнавали на улице,
many
когда я
people
еще работала
recognized
в
me on the
коммерческой
street
своей работе,
when I was
то
working
здесь,
at
увидев
my karmi
меня,
job. Here,
они
when they saw
удивлялись,
me,
подходили, мои
they were
как бы
surprised. They
те,
were
которые меня как бы узнавали
approaching me, like
по моей
my
работе. Они
old
говорили, что случилось?
friends, and they were asking me
Неужели у
what
тебя нету
happened.
денег, и ты вот ходишь и
We can't
распространяешь
believe you have no
пирожные?
money. You're
Ты
just
же можешь
selling
одну свадьбу
cookies and cakes.
пойти
You can
спеть
go
и на
to
месяц
one
себя
wedding
обеспечить
and sing, and then for 1 month you will have enough
материально.
money to sustain
Но
materially.
не всем я могла объяснить, в
But I
чем
couldn't
как бы
explain
суть.
to everyone
Вот,
what
потому
is the
что
essence,
все-таки у нас там
because
это Таджикистан, мусульманская страна.
it was
Вот, и как
Tajikistan,
Гуру Махарадж
it was a
сказал,
Muslim
Гопал
country,
Госвами,
and as Guru
не
Maharaj,
обязательно много
Gopal Krishna
философии,
Goswami
давайте
Maharaj,
просад,
we
это
don't need
нормально,
much
это
philosophy,
дать
give them
чистое
prasadam.
сознание.
This
Вот, и
will
поэтому они
purify their consciousness, and
брали у меня
that's
пирожные
why
и давали
they
пожертвования,
took
чтобы я
the cakes and they
как бы
gave
поддерживала, как бы, ну, как
in
будто у меня
charity, they
сейчас
gave
финансовый
some
кризис, и
Lakshmi
поэтому они как бы проявляли
as if I
сочувствие.
have some
Но
financial
я не
crisis, as
обращала
if they
внимания,
were
потому
trying
что,
to be
честно
compassionate,
говоря,
but I
я
didn't
понимала, что
pay
это мое
attention to that
внутреннее
because I
какое-то
understood
ложное эго,
that this is my
и
internal false
таким
ego,
образом я старалась в
and
себе
therefore I
побороть
was
это ложное эго, которое
trying
у меня
in
было
myself to
зашкаливало
fight that
в свое
false
время.
ego,
Это было в 1992
large false ego,
году
which
уже.
was enormous that time. Then later on
У
in
нас в
1992,
Таджикистане был как бы военный
in
переворот, это
Tajikistan,
очень
there was a
тяжело,
civil
практически
war. It was very
распространять
hard,
книги было невозможно. Мы
very
старались
severe,
как-то просадом
and
людей
we
кормить,
practically
но
couldn't
было
distribute
очень
neither books
страшно,
nor
потому
cakes.
что
It was very
эти
scary
взрывы,
because
там летали
all of these
вертолеты, перестрелки по
explosions,
ночам. И я не выдержала,
helicopters,
я решила, надо
shootings,
жить в храме.
guns,
У
and then
нас
I
тогда
decided that
был
I should
президентом
live at the
Хамсадута
temple.
Прабху.
Our temple president was
И
Hamsaduta Prabhu,
он, по его милости, как
and
бы
he,
нас
by his
18
mercy,
человек именно в это время,
us
когда
18
чрезвычайное
people,
положение
18
было, мы
devotees
почти
at
2
that time, at
недели
that
жили в
emergency
храме.
period, we were living at the temple.
Практически как-то Господь от нас
And
позаботился,
practically
потому что тогда была фирма,
the Supreme Lord took
у
care of
мужа
us because at that time there was a
Субудхи Рая, и он
farm.
как бы очень много
My
пожертвований, прям мешками у нас был
husband
сахар,
Subudhi Rai
мука,
Prabhu, he
там
had a
манка,
company,
всё было
and we
у нас
had all
как-то
of
в
the
достатке.
necessary
И
groceries,
поэтому
sugar,
наш
flour,
как бы президент
grains. That's why our temple president Hamsadutta Prabhu, he said, eat lots of sweets, life is sweet, lots of prasadam we should distribute. And one time he even joked, because it was so hard, so dangerous, because our neighbors, they were killed at night, the family. And Hamsadutta Prabhu, he told all of us, all Matajis need to get dressed in saris, put tilak, Prabhus need to also dress in dhotis, put tilak and chikas, because if somebody will come at night and kill us all, then they will take pictures and they publish it in the newspaper. So Moscow temple would know, looking at the pictures, that this is Dushanbe Yatra that has been killed. Of course, he was joking, but he was very much encouraging us, inspiring, and he's good at it. Even now, he does it. Even though he lives in America, we're still associating, we're still cooperating. He gives us instructions, advices. We're so grateful to him for that. And also, I would really like to mention that at that time, at that dangerous situation, many Maharajas were visiting our place. First who came was Prabhupada Vishnu Swami. Then after some time, after half a year, also, still it was dangerous time. Bhakti Bringa Govinda Swami Maharaj came, and Indradyumna Swami Maharaj. And my husband, Subudhirai Das, him and the driver went to the airport to meet Maharajas, to pick them up, and they were driving through the city, and Govinda Maharaj said, "It looks like it's quite calm around here, even though the war is going on, everything is quiet." As soon as he said that, 5 minutes later, immediately, they heard the sounds of guns, machine guns, shooting, somebody is shooting someone. And it was all of a sudden. Govinda Maharaj immediately said, "Come on, Subudhirai, go faster." And they were increasing the speed of the car. And very soon they arrived to the temple. So therefore these shootings, they were all of a sudden, out of nowhere. I was also in such a situation. I decided to move into the temple because I can't sit at home and listen to all of these machine guns. So I went out with a baby carriage. My child was 1.5-year-old, my son. I went with a baby carriage to the temple by walk, because buses were not going anymore and the transportation was very less. Many people already left the country because of these events. There was not much crowd in the city. So I was walking along with baby carriage, and suddenly, out of nowhere, maybe 5 or 6 steps just in front of me, the shooting began. I stopped, but only the Supreme Lord was in control. He was directing, only He could make it happen this way, because usually they don't care who, what, they just shoot. Whether it's a child, a woman, they have no difference. They make no difference. So I stopped. I was thinking, oh my God, how can I cross to the other street, because I need to get to the other street because the temple is there. It was just between the TV studio and there was a fabrica factory. And I stopped. I just began loudly, as loud as I could, in my mind, but as loud as I could hear myself. I started chanting pranam of Nrisimhadeva because I was so scared for my child. And when I started chanting this pranama mantra, suddenly, I remember it very clearly, from the left side, this man, he stood up and they started screaming at me, saying, "What are you standing? Go, quickly." And from the right side, from the side of the TV studio, My husband used to work over there, and then due to these circumstances he left. And also they stopped shooting because these stopped, that party also stopped. And they started asking me so that I would go faster. And for me this was such a shock. Naturally, I just grabbed the baby carriage and started walking away very, very fast. Running away, we can say. I was amazed that they even stopped, because I didn't want to go back home. I just thought I need to get to the temple and find my shelter and refuge in the temple. I want to be with devotees rather than sitting at home with my child in fear, listening to all of this. I was surprised they stopped. Of course, I was very quick. I ran. I did about 10 steps away from that place and they began shooting. I was surprised. I came to the temple. I couldn't even speak. I couldn't even say what happened. Only on the next day I explained to them the situation that I found myself in. I was just silent. I couldn't say anything. Then we moved to Russia. We were living in Moscow. And by the mercy of Yashomatinandana, he invited me to work in Gurukula, in Moscow Gurukula, because I had a diploma as a teacher of primary school. I was working as a teacher. I was organizing performances, musical programs with kids, celebrations, festivals. For example, when Maharajas, Guru Maharajas, they come, we were performing with some performances, dances, dramas, plays, and for about 8 years I was working in the Gurukula. After Russia, for the past 10 years, we're living in India by the mercy of Gopal Krishna Goswami. 4 years we lived in Mumbai. My husband was working in the company. There was Kargar temple nearby. We're going to Juhu, Chowpatty in Mumbai. And now, for the past 5-6 years, we're living in Mayapur. And just like in Russia, just in the same way in India, I am doing what I'm doing is I'm traveling to different programs, singing, we're doing performances, plays, dramas, and we're attracting children, because people are very inspired, very attracted when they see children who are playing in plays and dramas, who are singing kirtans. They don't play, they live happily and joyfully, preaching, and they're doing it spontaneously with great happiness and love, and people get attracted. Many people, they are amazed, they wonder, they question, how did you become attracted to this movement? What is the most attractive to you? And therefore it is very important when you wake up and you're trying to put your body and mind in a certain mood, when you're chanting your japa, when you're worshipping the deities. And this gives you certain energy, internal energy. You can't explain it, you need to try. It's just like honey in a bottle. If you don't open, if you don't try, how can you explain? You will get double happiness, realizing that what you do has meaning. There is a purpose. It's very important when you understand, realize, and do it. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Давай